Cut through, and especially the media. Cut through all the BS that the media on both sides. You guys are really bad. Fox is bad. Everybody's bad. Cut through the BS and vote for who you think is the most fit to run the country.
Dana White goes scorched earth on CNN anchor Laura Coates. Is he being offensive or is he just telling it how it is? So in this video, we're going to break it all down. Welcome back to the Devori Darkins Show. My name is Devori Darkins, and you guys already know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel so we can get this video out to people just like you and me. Dana White, UFC president, probably the biggest supporter of President Trump. Usually President Trump attends most of the high-profile UFC fights. He was the guy that actually introduced President Trump at the RNC this year. So, you know, Dana White is a very important person in regards to the Trump campaign and probably a personal friend. So what's the point here? Well, he goes on CNN to Laura Coates, who has her own show, and, you know, he keeps it real, which is what we need more of in this country. We need people to stop holding back and stop being so sensitive and offended by everything people say and just speak the truth. Well, in this video today, that's exactly what Dana White does. So without further ado, let's play that clip.
Well, Secret Service's director has resigned as a result of the outrage that is collective bipartisanly, but there were many who thought that it would change his approach to politics and improve the approach he would take. But this campaign has already gotten pretty nasty. I think people expected it to get nasty now that there is a new head of that Democratic ticket. It's the Vice President, Kamala Harris. You know, you have joked before that politics is way nastier than sports or the UFC. But what we're seeing, I mean, there's a labeling of the Vice President as a DEI hire. You yourself have prided yourself on giving both men and women opportunities at your organization. What do you think of this message that attacks the race and gender of an opponent?
Yeah, I don't judge people by their politics and you know, who they vote for or any of that stuff. And listen, I don't know Kamala. She seems like she's a nice person. You know, I have nothing against her whatsoever. And like I said, I'm not political. But do I think that she is fit for the job? I do not, personally.
But it's not necessarily about the policy. It's the approach to attacking one. I mean, I know that you are very well-versed in what it's like to have a matchup, and people are going to go at each other for the sake of the sport and entertainment. But when it comes to attacks particularly, I mean, there was that quote from J.D. Vance, who is his running mate, talking about childless cat ladies. I mean, these are not things that are in line with enveloping perhaps women into the fold, which is something you have always stood for, you say, in your sport. Why shouldn't that be the same in politics?
Yeah, well, listen, politics are the most disgusting, nasty. It's atrocious what is said in politics, and the things that are being said on one side are being said on the other side too, about Trump and about you know, his choice for vice president. It goes both ways. This isn't like, oh my God, look what's being said about Kamala. It goes both ways. They're both saying it. And like you said, it's already heated up and gotten nasty. And like you said earlier, it's only going to get nastier. That's politics. It is what it is. And it definitely goes both ways.
Okay, so you guys seen that, right? And the first part of the interview I want to speak on really quickly because he made a good point. He doesn't judge people based on politics or who they vote for. I think that is a healthy thing to say. I think that is a healthy thing for us all to strive for. Meaning if someone is a Democrat or conservative or Trump supporter or Harris supporter, we don't really need to spend time trying to judge them and label them and think that they are idiots or retarded. What we need to do is let their character speak on their behalf. Now, obviously, I'm not voting for Harris whatsoever. I would never vote for her. And I'm just like Dana White. I do not believe she is fit to be president. But the Democrat Party believes she is because they're going to be able to control her. And guys, if you don't see this for what it is, I would probably say you're blind because that's what they just did with President Biden. If they can control him and get him to drop out of the race, they definitely can control her. And so I think that's why they're really pushing her forward. And so if people want to vote for her, that's fine. That's their right to do so. I just don't believe those people are truly informed, or they're just not really prioritizing the policies they're actually prioritizing her gender and her skin color. And so once gender and skin color is more important than someone's competency, yeah, I think we're probably in trouble. And the second thing here is the whole, well, it's happening on both sides. And listen, the media is going to be so biased when it comes to this, right? Dana White's going to push back on this idea that it's just the left doing this, or it's just the right doing this, or it's just Trump supporters. It's everybody is doing it, right? We're calling out Kamala Harris. She's calling out JD Vance. Like it's going to be a nasty thing all the way till the election day. There's no question about it, right? Everything is on the table. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. We all understand, but we hope that they will stick to the policies. And that's what I want for our side, for President Trump. Just stick to the policies, because she doesn't have any policies to run on, and let that do more of the talking instead of just attacking the classical stuff, because I think it feeds into what she's leaning in on, right? She's leaning into the gender. She's leaning into the skin color, right? She's leaning into identity politics. I don't think we should play that game with them. But hey, that's just me. Let's continue.
I don't know that it's going both ways to have the childless cat lady comment or a DEI hire. Who's calling you think that Vice President Kamala Harris is calling JD Vance a DEI hire, Dana? Come on.
But either way, she's going to say other nasty stuff about both of them. It goes both ways. And as voters, what we need to do is cut through all the BS, and you have to look at who do you think is best fit to run the country for the next 4 years. That is our job as voters. All of this stuff is a bunch of nasty BS. All of it. Who's best fit to run the country? You as a voter, that's what you need to decide. Not, oh my God, he said this, and oh my God, she said that. There's going to be a lot of that over the next several months. And especially the media. Cut through all the BS that the media on both sides. You guys are really bad. Fox is bad. Everybody's bad. Cut through the BS and vote for who you think is the most fit to run the country. That's our job as voters.
That is our job. That is absolutely correct. And that's what I hope for people, right? I hope that people would just do their research and judge who's running for office based on policies and their history on the policies that they have supported or implemented, and then make a decision based on whose policies are more likely to improve my life. Now, again, the Democrats, they don't have any policies, okay, that they can run on that is going to get people to believe that it will improve our lives. It just isn't, because we've already have almost 4 years of that already, right? But under Trump, our lives did improve. It was a prosperous country. We were in no wars. We did not have an inflation problem. Now we do. But I say this all the time. There's a lot of people out there that definitely agree with me on this. But will they show up on election day and actually cast a vote? That is a separate thing, right? There's a lot of people bitching and complaining about what's going on. That doesn't mean they're going to actually vote. Okay. So listen, I think he's spot on. It's definitely both sides of it. There's no question about it. And we need to focus on the person who's truly going to further Americans, not further another country, not send billions of dollars to another country, not let people just come over the border and drain out our resources, but someone who's really going to put your kids first, your family first, your money first, your future first. Which party is more likely to do that? The Republican Party is more likely to do that than the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party has been hijacked by progressives. The Republican has not, right? And so that's how we have to see it. Let's play this last clip.
Well, look, I don't wear pearls. I don't pretend to clutch them and pretend that I'm shocked by every nasty insult that is waged against another person. But I think your point, though, about the American people wanting to know who's best for the country, this is the issue. When people are focusing not on policy positions, but personal attacks that have nothing to do with what voters want to hear about, that detracts from the experience of voters making a decision, and that's the problem. And I'm going to just know when you say you guys are terrible, you clearly don't mean Laura Coates. But Dana.
Okay, so you guys seen that. And listen, I would definitely push back on her because she's stating like, yeah, I don't really take offense to these, you know, these digs that these campaigns are, you know, going out there and doing. Yeah, but you keep reporting on them. Let's keep it real. CNN, what is this? A communist national news? Like, CNN is fake news 101. Like, if you were to go on their YouTube channel, every single video is about Harris in a positive light and then Trump in a negative light. So she needs to knock it off about, well, you know, we don't really take offense to these digs. Yeah, you guys do, because that's all you guys talk about. Every single word that comes out of President Trump's mouth, you guys have to talk about it. And that's the bias in the media. And he's dead on. They are one of the worst. There's no question about it. So as I wrap up this video today, I want to say this to you. Don't be Dana White, but take something from him. See, that's the thing I love about Dana White is his honesty and the confidence he has in himself and the conviction he has in his beliefs. And I wish that for everyone, right? Even if you disagree with me and you're on the other side, at least be a true believer in whatever it is you're disagreeing with me on. Don't be someone who's been brainwashed or hasn't done their research or is just caught up in the moment and with their feelings because they've been listening to the wrong people. You don't need to listen and believe everything that you hear. You need to be able to critically think and say, I'm not too sure I agree with that. Let me go verify that really quick for myself. If we could do more of that, we're going to have people who are much more free thinkers, which is good for our society, and not people who are caught up in this woke ideology movement and these progressive policies that the Democrats have been hijacked by, and our country is going to be better for it. So that's my mindset. What is yours? What do you think about Dana White and his interview? Do you love how honest, how forthcoming he is, how convicted he is in his beliefs? What do you think about Laura acting like, oh, no, you know, I get it, blah, 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 blah. But she does the same thing that everybody else does, right? They report on what they don't like about Trump. And you saw how she was trying to push a narrative during the interview. Let me know what your answers are and more in the comments section below. Thank you for checking out the video today. Stay grateful, stay strong, and stay true. Peace.